Hello friends, welcome back to our favorite story time session. Every one of us had a funny incident in our life as we are trying to learn something new, like falling in the bush while learning to cycle. Mr. Magee also had a funny incident when he was learning to ski. What was that funny incident? And did Mr. Magee finally learn to ski? You want to know? Then come, hop on with me on the storytime train as we read aloud the storybook Learning to Ski with Mr. Magee by Chris Van Dusen. One winter morning at 6:53 a.m., Mr. Magee and his little dog Dee woke to fresh snow and a beautiful sky and decided it's time to give skiing a try. Before we drive all the way up to the Mount Snow, follow me, Dee, I know right where to go. Across from the house and just up the way is a great little hill with a view of the bay. We will practice up there till we learn how to ski, then we will head for the mountain, said Mr. Magee. A few minutes later, they came to a spot where nothing could get in their way, Magee thought. So he put on his skis, Dee hopped in the pack, and with poles in his hands and his dog on his back, he inched to the edge very slowly until his skis tottered, then started downhill. Not far down the hillside from Mr. Magee and just out of sight, there happened to be a curious moose. He was out on a search for the succulent sticks of the great northern birch. Then he spotted a tree, the biggest he'd seen. On the opposite side of the gaping ravine, the moose turned around, and what did he see? Mr. Magee and his little dog Dee. The moose was so shocked he stood frozen in fear. But Mr. Magee hadn't learned how to steer, and he knew very soon they were going to collide, so he called to the moose, "Would you please step aside?" But the moose didn't move, so Magee yelled, "Tuck!" And that was the moment they ran out of luck. 'Cause while they were sliding right under the moose, the tips of the skis snagged the log of a spruce. In a flash and a flip, they flew over the log, tossing poor Mr. Magee and his dog head over heels straight into the gap when the ends of the ski came down with a slap. So they were stranded, Magee and his pup, across a ravine 100 feet up. They hung there, suspended, not making a sound. When the moose came back, he looked all around. He didn't see Dee or Magee, but what's this? A bridge to the birch above the abyss. The moose took a step. He was steady and slow, but his weight caused the ski to sag and to bow. And when he looked down, his heart skipped a bit, for Mr. Magee was right under his feet. With a snort, the moose leapt. The skis went spring. They popped in the air with a zip and a zing, and up like a rocket shot Dee and Magee, landing feet first, just as safe as can be. "Well, that was exciting," said Mr. Magee, "but I'm not sure we learned how to ski. I think that I might need a lesson or two. I think that perhaps it's the best thing to do. And when we get home," he said with a smile, "well, let someone else use the skis for a while." So my friends, I hope you enjoyed the adventure ride of Mr. Magee. I hope I don't collide with the moose on my ski trip. Do let us know which book you will want to hear from us in our next storytime session. Till then, have a good time and keep smiling. And yes, don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. Do share it with your friends. See ya!